this last phase.
Yeah, and taking away the secondary frontliners, taking away the Minotaur, taking away the Grok, Esmeralda will not have that much space to play with, will not have that much space to jump around. And with that, the Ruby pick with I'm Offended, I mean, it's going to be extremely strong in repositioning the Valentina, repositioning the Moskov to its will, and we'll see who it's piloted by. Most likely, I feel that it will be by Sagitnu, because I feel that the EXP Ruby will be much stronger than the roaming Ruby right here. But wow, we have the Alpha coming out from RSG, so Bray on the signature hero once again.
Yeah, he loves this hero, right? Alpha, very good on the Alpha, Bray that is. It's one of those things where you don't see a whole lot of Alpha with the other teams, but RSG tend to find to make it work, right? It's something that Bray can do. And I don't know if it's the player or the hero or what, but Bray is very good on it.
Yeah, and they don't, lacking the frontliners, right? The only Edith is available, maybe Tigreal as well. So for the roaming tankies, support that they need, they don't have the Minotaur, they don't have the Grok, they opt for the Edith. Very good at shredding down the Fredrin. I mean, still extremely good choice against the carry as well. RSG, with that final ban, they did take out the Dyroth, which was obviously a possibility for Bleed as well, into bursting down the Esmeralda as much as possible. But still, Bleed, they still have a lot of options available for Gear or Sagitnu if they're trying to flex the Ruby, and for Jay and Gear as well if you're trying to flex Novaria. I mean, Bleed, they have such an open lineup, they have such a flexible lineup. You've seen them play multiple versatile roles, so it's extremely hard to see what they will pick here, and it will decide the pace of the game right here.
Okay, looks like it's going to be the R-Lot here. We know that they can play it very flexible as well, but as a last pick, how do you feel about this one, Jace?
Personally, I feel like there's a lot of big ultimates that Valentina could easily take. Now you got a I'm Offended, you got a Find a Slash, and not only just that, you also have the Novaria's ultimate to take. So right now, if you're a Godzilla, you spot for choices. But RSG, this is a massive lockdown comp, right? You have the combination of Alpha, Esmeralda out, Edith to a certain extent with your onwards, and the knock up as well. There's a lot of CCs that RSG is throwing and Bleed need to respect. So the way that Bleed needs to work around this is to be a lot more mobile. Therefore, the Novaria, the R-Lot, they could dash around, the Ruby, they can also dash around as well. Stagey's position is going to be important going into this game.
And Gear on the R-Lot, Sagitnu will be playing the Ruby. And now we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be heading towards MPL Season 7, the lower bracket finals of Bleed versus RSG. Best out of 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go. This is what we wanted. This is the lower bracket finals. Loser goes home, unfortunately. But going into this one, okay, lineup, you look at them. Who has the easier time?
In terms of execution, I feel that Team Bleed, they do have the easier cookie cutter execution, right? For Team RSG, it's a lot onto these team fights, a lot on key targeting as well. They have to pick off Jay no matter what. The poke damage coming out from the Meteor will be extremely pivotal, so extremely scary for the side of RSG. For Team Bleed, I feel that, yeah, it's just tried and tested. Yeah. Final Slash, you have I'm Offended, a lot of repositioning available.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think Jay will have any issues. We know he's very potent on the Novaria. He's like one of the top damage dealers in MLB, right? At SG, there's MPL SG, that is. So he's quite good. He understands what he needs to do. Again, he needs to just be very consistent. Yes, there's a lot of pressure on him, but I think it really comes back to how do these team fights go? Like who's going to start the fight? How does that wombo, like the secondary initiations, like all of that stuff is going to be super important here.
Yeah, the main initiation here, front foot, most likely will be Bleed. They have the tools for the catch. They have the Final Slash. They have the Energy Eruption as well as I'm Offended. RSG most likely will be playing reactive because Spear of Destruction, you don't want to use it first, right? You don't want to send your Moskov first. Derry, if you're going to send him and he gets shredded down, that's all your tank ability gone. And Closer will not be able to join these early game team fights as much. And Derry will be going for this.
There's going to be an onward, not just that. Bray enters with the ultimate Yawn, a lot of great help, and Brace's Red doesn't connect. Bray still a little dog right here. CS is trying to clean it up. Gear will be able to pick up Bray instead. Seiji has to go all the way, but CS is on the chase. He will be sending the spears one after another onto Seiji. 2 members down for the price of 3. But it's going to be RSG that emerge a little bit more victorious as well. Both these two teams ignores the turtle.
Yeah, bloodbath coming out. at the start of the game. Already 3-2. CS will be ahead instead of Seiji. So he does have the level 4. He does have the Spirit Destruction available for this turtle fight as well. Very good initiation coming out from Derry. Identifying that in the early game, right? Bray, he does have the true damage available. So we'll be able to take out Yon before the Appraisal's Wrath. Very good timing, very good call from Team RSG. Going for the throats right there. Jerry, once again.
Once again, Derry, where is this confidence coming up from this dude? He's making the plays, but Yon still secures a turtle for himself. Bray will trade for Sagitnu instead, but Gear picks up a killing spree, and that's A-okay. A little bit more momentum goes into the Bleed's hand, and that's how they equalize against that first fight.
I love it how things are playing out already. Here, he's got 3 kills. I mean, he's just the roamer, but it's a thing where you need to respect where he is, right? Gear on the Arlot is another level. He's very good on this hero. He ensures that he repositions you, he's got the damage, and he can blow you up. What else do you want from him?
Yeah, and what's surprising is that CS, he did have the Spirit Destruction. It did land, but he did not go into the team fight. He did not try to equalize as well, prioritizing the farm at the first 5 minutes of the game. I mean, he does not have the items to go into Ruby. He does not have the items to go into Gear. Most likely will die. And now Bray in a bit of trouble.
Bray taking a lot of damage and a lot of punishment. Gear will secure that. Gear's on a mega kill right here, and he's on the rope.
Yeah, 4-4 will be the score, ladies and gentlemen. 700 gold lead still for RSG though. Bleed, they will have to catch up in terms of macro. CS is ramping up. I mean, Seiji will not have a good time in this lane at all.
Gear's like, I'm the carry now. Look at me. I mean, I'm going to take all the kills. I'm going to do everything. But you got to respect him. You got to understand where he is at all points. He's got great vision. He understands the flow of the game. He understands, even in the top lane, it's like he hasn't even been spotted out, right? So he needs to be where he needs to be at all times.
Yeah, that's key positioning coming out from Gear. I mean, we were talking about him coming into this MPL, changing into this roam role, right? And Gear, he has been performing so well, showing just prowess on the Arlot, on the Novaria, any form of roam that you can give him, he can play as well, and he is the stable factor for Bleed right now.
All right, one thing to take note of is that, yeah, while CS didn't go in with that one team fight, he hit the spear, but he's a level behind Seiji. Seiji right now currently probably out farming him at this point, considering he's got the XP. Something to take note of, I don't think it's the end of the world, but CS is going to need more time to get to Super Saiyan level. He needs to farm.
Yeah, both marksmen will be going for the Holy Trinity, right? Most likely.
Derry. Ooh, conceal. Nice flicker reaction coming out from Jay, though. Will respond with the ultimate, and Derry's taking a lot of trouble. And closer right here, trying to just spread the damage. But look at the members of Bleed. They're just ignoring him. Bray spreading out the damage, but they've already lost one.
Yeah, it's falling into the mid game now. 5 minutes in, Bray does not have enough burst damage to just pop away one of Bleed members. But Gear
still should be okay, but okay, Jay's damage coming for Equalize. Godzilla flickers away to safety.
Yeah, it's just a key battle spell used. Yon will be using the Appraisal's Wrath on the turtle. So Godzilla does burn the flicker, but secures the turtle for the side of Bleed.
Playing very, very well. This is what Bleed did yesterday, right? Playing objectively, understanding the flow of the game, got that second turtle, put themselves in. And this is all because of the pressure that Gear has been doing. We've been, talking about him a lot, but he's just making plays. He knows he's not going to get the kill mid, but he's expending like the flickers of the enemy teams. Like, you have to respect where he is at all points. And it's kind of getting to the point where Gear, again, he's the carry at this point. He's very scary.
Yeah, and it's about time where RSG, they have the macro game available already. They have taken down the top turret. So they are still at a 1k gold lead, but they have not been able to secure any objectives so far. Once they have the key items, once they hit the power spike, I feel that they will go for this team fight. And Esmeralda, once she's online, it will be extremely scary for Fredrin to deal with. He cannot frontline anymore, and Jay will have to just play very, very safe.
Yeah, and it looks like there's going to be a lane swap, CS going into the bottom lane now, but he's got friends here on the other end.
Not only just that, concealed play right here, but he's taking a lot of punishment right here. Yon step in, energy eruption, Bray gets taken down by Jay as Gear swipes air, but CS will no longer be long for this world. Gear snipes him up.
Yeah, 2 kills for the side of Bleed, and that's a flicker burnt for the side of CS as well. Without any key objectives, they still go for the conceal, they still go for the timing, and they do get the top tier turret as well. And that's just economy just swinging back for Bleed. That's a lot of key momentum gain. This would mean that they have map control up top as well. And with the upcoming turtle, Jan will have a much better time in fighting this. Still, Closer, he has not been joining these team fights. Once he joins these team fights, I mean, the pace of the battle might change.
Oh, that's going to be Alchemy. Once again, Derry gets caught. Right here, Bray tries to land down damage like he knew right now. Bunching back, flickers it back out to safety. Bray goes in with the ultimate at the same time. But the taunt will prevent him from actually said before. But he'll be taking somebody down. Seiji picking up a double kill right here. Closer on the chase. Onto Gear as well. And Gear desperately trying to stay alive. Flickers back on the other side just to try to juke. But that's a good play.
Yeah, things weren't looking too good for RSG as Closer felt closer and closer to death, but CS did manage to finish the kill, and now 6-9 will be the score as mid turret will be threatened right now. Godzilla in a slight bit of tiffle, but will be disengaging from the side of Team Bleed.
All right, the kill score, nice.
Nice.
Nonetheless, we've got a 2-for-1. The only thing is that Gear dying right now is that, yeah, he's the roamer, but he had a 5-kill streak, right? It is one of those things you don't want to kind of unload that onto anybody right now, especially, I think he died to Closer, right? So,
yeah, and if you take a look at the equipment, yeah, both marksmen, they are going for the Holy Trinity, and now the Lord will be up for the taking. I would have to favor this towards Team Bleed right now, right? Because they do have the battle spells available as well. Jan is still an extremely tanky factor to deal with. Derry has not been dealing too well with the poke coming out from Jay.
Look at the backside. Closer just waiting in the wings, forcing something out, but this is I mean, Jan, he eventually is going to get, like, disrupted by the Esmeralda here, by Closer. So something you need to take note of. Do you want to push the momentum a little bit earlier so that you don't have to deal with the Esmeralda late? Kind of force her to have a bad game, so to speak? Or do you want to just kind of play it a little bit slow and play cautiously?
Yeah, you got to play cautiously right now, right? Closer, he has not been dying.
Jay will not be able to connect. Derry will be able to land it down. Sekino drags Derry all the way, but he goes into human form. Seiji shreds him down. The light wheels doing all the work. And Gear stepping forward right here. Closer has to retreat. Jay will review everybody, and RSG loses one at the Lord Pit.
Yeah, Derry just falling short of the initiation. Cannot find the knock-up with the flicker. I mean, RSG, they still have 4 members. They can still fight for this Lord. Closer does have his ultimate available still.
Yeah, I don't like that play by Derry there.
Yep, Flicker will be able to catch Ray. Unfortunately, he's getting busted down by Seiji as well. Gear will be delivering his life over the side of Bleed. Seiji picks up a mega kill. This real destruction doesn't land, and Bleed walks away with a Lord.
Oh man, what a great fight by Bleed right there. Finding Bray a little bit off the mark, just going in for this, and yet another kill going the way of Gear. I mean, if anyone woke up and it was just like, I choose murder, it was this dude.
Yeah, Gear, he has been performing these final slashes.
He's online, bro.
To a T, man.
He's so online.
Oh my god. I mean, with that, I have to talk about Jay as well, right? He has been landing these meteoroids again and again onto RSG. They've been not able to find any space.
In that awkward position right here, looking for a pickup right here, sending the Lord down to deal with the turret. Nice defense coming up from RSG. He'll survive for just a little while longer.
And Jay, he has been threatening the space again and again on this Novaria, left unchecked 2-1. I mean, they did get him once, but maybe that one time is all it takes. You know, you got to get him one more time, maybe.
Yeah, and one of the things to take note of is that Seiji and Jay, off of the momentum that Gear has provided, has just been like 4-1-4, 2-1-8, both of these guys, right? So the amount of damage that they do, if Derry goes in, if, you know, Bray goes in, they just literally blow them up.
Bray?
Bray, where are you?
Sure. The battle of the Child Prodigy once again. I'm not too sure what he's going to do there. Both these two players are looking for redemption, but it seems like Gear is one-upping this dude.
Yeah, RSG, they were trying to connect onto Bray, but they just decided that, yeah, he is a lost cause. He is too far into enemy territory. You don't want to overextend at this point. Bleed, they do have a 3K goal lead, but it still can be slowly depreciated from the side of Team RSG. They just have to wait for a mistake for the side of Team Bleed, and it looks like it's their game to lose at this point. Team Bleed, they have a chokehold on the game. I mean, so much map control. All other turrets have been taken. The buffs will be theirs.
The other thing that Bleed does really well is that when they play well with a lead, assuming they can get it, sometimes they're like in yesterday's series, they kind of struggled in the early game. They had to come back and they had to play that style of MLB. Not the greatest, right? But this one, when they do get that lead, they hardly relinquish it. So they understand what they need to do, and they play very smart, understanding the creep waves.
Yeah, good point right there, Holler. If you notice, Bleed always had this issue of closing out the game, right? And now, this is their biggest problem. Yes, they can get this lead. Now I want to see how Bleed closes this out.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely hard still for Blade to close it out, given the fact that they have a Moskov, they have a Valentina in the back line. That's a lot of AoE damage. That's a lot of true damage coming out as well from Bray as well. So it's going to be extremely scary to deal with. They don't want to overcommit here, but Astral Echo from Jay.
Free view. Oops, Sagit Noob flickers. I'm offended. Will not be able to connect. RSG will be able to walk off this one.
I'm offended by that flicker. Not good.
I see what you did there, bro.
But Astral Echo from Jay, he has been taking up so much space, right? On this character, Novaria, giving it to Bleed just seems like just a bad move.
It's kind of impressive to see how Jay is using this Novaria, right? Not only just that he's also landing down the damage, he's also opening up the map. So it frees up Gear's responsibilities as well, right? Now he can just focus on setting up the kills instead. So we got setting up the kills, that's I'm offended. No way for Godzilla to run.
Oh, I loved that. I'm offended because he caught him out, caught
He redeemed
Godzilla.
himself.
And now, I mean, this looks to be like a free lord for Bleed. I mean, nothing really RSG can do.
Yeah, they shouldn't be fighting this year, not without Godzilla at least, and they will be giving up the Lord to Team Bleed right here. Not looking too good at all for Team RSG. They will have to turtle up. I mean, try to just take as many mistakes from Bleed as much as possible.
I think the biggest part of this issue that RSG has had is that Derry's been initiating first. I feel like Closer or maybe even Bray, you kind of, you start the fight, let everybody kind of jump onto you and then group up, and then Derry comes in with a nice Earth Shatter, right? You need to combo that in as opposed to Derry trying to fish out for that perfect Earth Shatter with the Flicker play or whatever, and then he's just been getting blown up by Seiji, so he really hasn't had that time to kind of really shine and control the fights.
Yeah, with the Lord marching down, I mean, it's up to this mid-game decision-making right now. Should Derry be in the front line? I don't feel so, right? It should be Closer, it should be Bray. But now, it feels like RSG, they want Derry to be in the front line no matter what, and it might be their undoing right here, or it might just be the play of the game.
Yup, Seiji. Working on the turret in the mid lane right now. The Lord's being sent down bottom lane. RSG clears up mid for now. Members aggregating around, just meeting up. They'll be able to take down bottom lane turret for now. Another
thing is that, what is Godzilla been able to steal? Like his IMUs? Like there's really nothing that you're kind of like, I need to get X spell. Like a Nether Realm or, some other, there's just really nothing that he can really do. I haven't seen a good steal throughout this entire game though.
Unpopular opinion, but Godzilla just got caught.
Yep, unpopular opinion is that Yon is just waiting right there. The Light Wheels will be able to connect Derry right here, just working on the wave clear. And now it's going to be a barren wasteland for the side of RSG to defend against. Yon stepping forward right here. And also the energy eruption closer. It has to run away. Spirit destruction land. But here gets assassinated by Bray. And Derry's still forward right now. This could be the time for RSG to snap back. Derry goes into human form, but he's not going to be able to withstand the damage coming out from Bleed. Gear will be the sacrificial lamb. RSG taking down names. 2 members down.
Clean up aisle 3. We're gonna have to clean up that one on Closer. Just a really nice play by Jay right there.
Yeah, this is me, Jay. I'm coming to clean it up. Yeah, okay. 1 kill at a time for Jay.
Yeah. But, okay, one thing is that Bray was going ham on Gear. They were forcing the one-on-one. Gear was kind of caught out. He actually just tried to flicker to get back to his teammates, but none of his teammates were really close enough to help him. So Gear getting caught out, and then that kind of started this snowball for, RSG to kind of bounce back into this game.
But at what cost? Because 3 inhibitor turrets already gone for Bleed. That's a lot of lane pressure. They will have to fight for this Lord no matter what. Maybe take early skirmish perhaps, but they do not have any conceal available right now. And the Astral Echo, it has been proving time and time again to be a problem for Team RSG, because Bleed, they have been consistently scouting it out with Jay, and it's just extremely scary to deal with, right?
Jay is that kind of dude that pulls down the curtain when you're showering, right? RSG is just preparing for an ambush and everything, but it's always getting scouted out by Jay.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just trying to shampoo here, and Jay's Astro Echo!
Yeah, I see everything.
Guys.
A lot of intel being given over, and like what I said, it just frees up Gear's role as a roam to basically just, okay, I just go in for the sets.
Look at this. Jay once again just single-handedly stopping the entire
Yo,
push.
CS!
Oh!
What spear of destruction takes Bleed's sword away?
Okay,
Wow.
we have a game on our hands.
Okay, I don't need an echo to see where the Lord's at in terms of life. I will just game sense it and just take it out myself, but that was clutch by CS.
What was the percentage? What are the chances of throwing the spear of destruction just to steal away the Lord? RSG has a bit of a fighting chance once again.
This only happens in MPLSG, guys. This only happens in MPLSG. That was an extremely good play coming out from CS. That timing was impeccable. And look at the damage dealt by Jay.
Once again.
Yeah, I'm thinking the takeaway from that last fight was that they probably should have protected the Lord a little bit more. Like, eat the spear, right? And then kind of protect it so that that would not happen. I don't know. It just seems like a bit of an off play, no?
Now all of a sudden you see the standing gold. Yes, Bleed is leading with 3k, but that will be easily gone right now. RSG managed to find a way to equalize from what could have been Bleed's victory march, right?
Yeah, and Bray does get the outer turret on the top lane, but the Lord will not be long for life here. But they just want all this standing gold, right? They want to equalize as much of this net worth as much as possible. And Bray just looking for something at this mid lane. I mean, I don't want him to commit on this tower here.
Look at that net worth lead, just dwindling. It's like less than 2K. It was close to 5K at one point. I mean, RSG, if you want to understand how to get back into a game, just watch what they're doing. Just get some steals, get some good spears.
And the eruption break comes on the flank instead. CG will get caught, but he's actually taking a lot of damage. CS on the back line. Wind of Nature already connecting as well. Bleed will lose the damage dealer right here. And RSG trying to cut their escape. But RSG is taking a little bit of punishment, and they'll take as much as they could. But Gear still dashes forward just a little bit. Godzilla also just have to pull back.
Yeah, and I like what RSG are doing right now, right? With CS going in the back line, he did get the better of Seiji, and now going for the Haas Claws already. And Godzilla, he was playing on keep away Jay duty. So he was just trying to block the meteorite, just trying to terrorize Jay as much as possible, making sure he does not get the cleanup onto CS. And that's exactly what RSG have to do. Don't let Jay get the key damage on the target that is going to be a main damage dealer, which is CS.
Yeah, he's got to stay. It's a matter of the carries just surviving, right? Seiji dying, Bleed was just like, okay, we can't do anything. We got to get out of this one. But you still defend the lanes. You still protect yourself. I mean, yes, it kind of sucks at this point because the net worth lead is completely shifted into RSG. I don't think it's as relevant anymore, seeing as that everybody's level 15 at this point. But it's still one of those moments where you got to protect Seiji. Seiji needs to ensure he stays alive because he's the one that's going to literally blow up everybody.
Yeah, and we're reaching to a point where items don't matter. I mean, net worth doesn't matter. Item choices matter.
Yeah.
So it's going to be who has the immortality, who has the Winter Truncheon. Seiji still not having that defensive item.
Sagitnu regenning all of that. Spear will connect on 3, but I don't think they will commit to that one. Yawn on the Lord right here. Seiji Sagitnu J in position to spring gear as well, but he's on the other side. Darius cutting him off.
Yeah, it's extremely hard for Bleed to close this game at this point. Closer, applying the bottom lane pressure as well. I mean, he will not be here for this Lord fight, but Bray...
Sagitnu taking a lot of punishment this white tower. CS will be able to do it, but Yawn also takes away gear. Now he's Mormon, final slash! And also the unoffended for Godzilla, but nobody to pull it because everybody from RSG is already down. And now Closer have to just defend, but he's just only one Esmeralda. What can you do? Slow down the rest of Bleed? I'm not too sure about that because Bleed is just waiting for the Lord to march all the way in. 30 seconds on the death timer, ladies and gents, and Bleed will be able to clear this one for game number 1. Bleed starting this series strong.
Extremely strong performance from Bleed, especially Clear, coming with that final slash, catching on to 3. That was just immobilization central for Team Bleed right there.
What